Hey, folks, that's right. It's your man, Adolphus A.D. Moore, back. I wish I was coming back with a little bit different tune, a little bit different statement. However, hey, reality is realities. I've always stated that, you can judge, anybody can win. You can tell a lot. It's hard to say. You can tell a lot more about a character of a team in adversities when they're losing as opposed to when they win it. A lot of folks say they hate losing more than they enjoy winning. Well, we're going to find out because the Texans are now 0-3 in this young season, and this season is getting old real quick. And they need to hurry up and get this wagon turned around. If not, I'm going to see, because I'm already starting to see some chinks in the armor. Like I say, everybody enjoys being on top, but when you're at the bottom, nobody loves you when you're down and out. What the saying, when I had a whole lot pocket full of money, everybody wanted me to be around. Well, guess what? I ain't got a whole lot of money now, and nobody likes me. But before we get started, let me bring a familiar face in. Been a while because he's been. Let me see. Yeah, did that. Yeah, there it is. I don't know why he's on the other side and I'm on this side. But that guy with the pretty, y'all recognize him. He's normally been Elwin on the road, but he's been sort of sequestered up on catching the Cowboys. Elwin, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you, AD?
I'm not complaining, man. I mean, sun shining. Hadn't had and not gone to anybody's funeral, so I'm good with everything, man. I mean, yeah,
Amen.
I mean, you know what? No, I mean, admittedly, Texas dropped the game today, and let's face it. What I initially thought, and this was sort of thinking out loud, I thought that Nick Caley would be a first-time offensive play caller. I had given him till the end of September before I thought all the defensive coordinators would catch up to him. Little did I was just thinking, okay, first time, give him a little time, first time around the block. By the time the end of September, everybody would have 3 games to catch up on him. What I'm starting to see now that those scripted plays and the adjustments there afterwards, it's not happening.
No.
And no, there's a lot of things wrong. Everybody keeps saying, "Well, we close." Yeah, you can be close for the next 14 ball games and wind up 0-17. It's time to get this thing turned around. I mean, your initial thoughts, man. I mean, what's your you done sat back and had to watch. I know you've been catching the Cowboys full time,
Yep.
but your initial, both of the teams been on the road. Cowboys up on the road, and then Texas is down there in Florida. And I didn't think I need to spend any money in Jackson in the state of Florida. I didn't want to have to take I wasn't forced to take a inoculation or anything. Anyway,
There you go.
that was my political statement. But go ahead.
Well, my first initial thoughts, of course, obviously, I did watch the whole Texans game today. Uh, my initial thoughts, we thought with a change in offensive coordinators, we were going to see something different, and I think we have. And I'm not going to make a final judgment this early, but I don't know but what we were better off with Bobby Slowick than what I've seen so far in 3 games. Uh, it really makes me wonder. And obviously, I know we've had injuries. We've had a lot of situations with the offensive line. Uh, but when you're professional players, you and I have heard it ever since we were little kids, next man up. The problem is the next man up ain't getting it done. There's no polite way to put it. This offensive line is atrocious. That's my first thought. And along with the fact you're 3 games in and you're 3 games out of first place. It can't get much worse than that.
No, it's. Let me put it like this. I'm searching through my lexicon of words and trying to keep it PC because I don't want to go cancel culture.
Oh yeah.
I don't need a certain attorney general want to come knocking on my door. But the Texas offense is putrid to say the
Yes.
least. And I'm trying. I mean, there are a lot of things going on. Yes, you got to start up front. And you got to start up front
Mhm.
on both sides, but particularly on the O line. Yeah, we looked and we knew there was going to be some growing pain. They're still adjusting and putting pieces around, and but I think we need some decisions need to hurry up and get made.
Yep.
Hey, this is the. I mean, unless injuries and like you said, next man up. Well, at this point, we you know we got a few next men up. Some things are happening, and hopefully we can see some things maybe starting to turn around. Because what next week they got another divisional opponent coming in, Tennessee Titans.
Hmm.
Now, my understanding they lost today. And
Yep.
in fact, they lost bad. And so, we probably, we could probably be sitting up there salivating at the lips. All good. We got the old Houston, all the Titans coming in. Look, I wouldn't give a darn if you had a JV team coming to him right now. At the rate that we've been playing, at the rate that the Houston Texans have been playing, it's no guarantee that you're going to win
Absolutely.
because because the NFL is from week to week, and so and from week to week, we keep hearing, okay, it's coming. Well, guess what? It looks it the things okay. There was some hopeful signs coming out of Los Angeles from
Hmm.
SoFi Stadium. I was out there. There was some hopeful signs. Say at looking at Tampa Bay, they had it, and all of a sudden, and I realized, they say, well, they allowed Baker Mayfield to escape. To me, I stated as I stated last week, that game wasn't lost with the last 6 seconds on the clock. That game was lost when you had a chance to convert first down inside the 1 yard line, and you
Yep.
didn't convert. That's to me is when the game lost. I realize I know from back. Well, you play the whole 60 minutes. Yeah, but you seize momentum. When you seize momentum with the chance to turn the flow of a game around, that's what you do, and that's what they have not done. At least they didn't do it last week. This week, um, you kept, I'm looked at the first quarter. I mean, it was like the Texans had three and outs,
Yeah.
and for the most part, that was the first quarter. And I'm going like, okay, y'all not, and one of those was a -4 yards. I think the second possession was a -4 yards for total offense, and I'm going like, this thing's not looking good.
No.
And then the second quarter, came out and got him a field goal. Bop, he booted him a field goal. Right now, Kaimi Fairbairn, if you had to select the most valuable player on the Texans, from an offensive perspective, I mean, Kaimi Fairbairn would be the runaway MVP of this team right now because
Yeah.
without him, you'd be seeing some goose eggs sitting up on the scoreboard right now. The Texans, and I think defensively, I think the defense have played well enough
Oh yeah.
to be 3-0. Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
let's face it, Elwin. You and I have seen enough football. You're not going to shut an NFL team out continuously.
No.
It's just not happening. It's not going to go like that. And so, in that standpoint, oh wow, that's a good. I'm gonna show this one. Ken, Kenny say, well, what the hell is it? What the hell is to it? I don't, Kenny, if we knew all of that, you and Elvin and I'll be collecting checks right about now.
Yeah, buddy.
We know we will be collecting checks right about now. But the bottom line, I'm starting this. I'm seeing some. I'm CJ Stroud is not comfortable in the pocket.
No.
CJ Stroud is not comfortable with the route trees right now.
No.
And I'm not comfortable with some of the route trees that are being displayed because everything is vertical.
Yeah.
Now, that interception he threw in the third or that what was I think it was 5 yards of separation between Schultz and I think it was Nico on that.
Yep.
Dude, you didn't there was really no when we talk about spacing, we talk about what's going on. I mean it's literally, you know, it, you know, Aaron, that's cold, man. Start watching the Cougars. Come on, Kenny. Come on, Kenny. Let's, ease up a little bit, man. I mean, it's going to get better. If not, man, hey, look, let me put it like that. For you Coug fans, I'm gonna digress real quick, Evan. I'm coming back to my point.
That's
For
all
you,
right.
for you Coug fans out there, guess what? Y'all hadn't lost the game. Why isn't TDEC Stadium not filled? Explain that to me. Why aren't y'all packing that stadium out? Y'all have not lost the game, but you're not packing the stadium out. Go pack the stadium out. Don't come back and tell me nothing about the Cougs, right? I'm happy for what's going on with the Cougs. Go pack the stadium out. Come back and talk to me later. Anyway, back to my point. The Texans, Ariante Hersey, I think on that last play, the one that interception that CJ
Mhm.
Arm got hit. I think we got to be a little bit smarter.
Yeah.
I think the kid at left tackle, I think he can play left tackle. If he's gonna make him be him a left tackle, leave him at left tackle. It's time to put pieces in places and just roll the dice with what you got.
Hmm.
Leave these damn tackles alone. If just leave them where they are and just let them go. Because as it stands right now, we bouncing folks here and there and everywhere. If he's gonna answer the left tackle since you traded Larry Thompson, then let it stay. Let 79 stay there, and then let 79 because last week I thought he made some progress on that last play. I think he got a little bit overextended. He
Hmm.
rolled the guy around, but the guy had long arms. He reached out there and hit CJ's arm. Maybe
Yep.
CJ should have stepped up in the pocket. Okay, and I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to see when they go back and look at the film. That maybe CJ should have eased up into the pocket a little bit. It's enough to go around. It's enough blame to go around. And so, from a defensive standpoint, that heck, I mean, you gave up what 17 points,
Yep.
but you playing your butt off. And I mean, Elwin, I mean, you sort of. I'm not at a loss for words. I'm just sort of frustrated about. I'm hearing this word about. Well, we've been close. You've been close for 3 weeks now, and guess what? I don't see that divide getting any closer. I'm
No.
seeing the same mistakes. I'm seeing a series of penalties. That y'all committing some penalties. Now there's effort penalties. I mean, D'Amico mentioned the fact about position and techniques and everything. You know what? Techniques, all that's fine and dandy. But you know what? If you're committing a penalty and it's all about effort, yeah, I mean, let's face it. Everybody gonna get a paycheck Monday morning. Everybody got a direct deposit come Monday morning. Okay, I mean, the team. I mean, Jacksonville they gonna get a paycheck too. So it's time to start seeing. Hey guys, what's going on? Comments. You got the floor.
Well, again, I was like you. I did watch D'Amico and CJ's press conferences after the game, and I thought the same thing you did. 3 weeks in a row, close, close, close. Well, you and I both know that old saying: close don't mean crap unless you're playing horseshoes or throwing hand grenades. And we ain't doing neither one on the NFL
Hand,
field.
hand grenades. Okay.
And and the bottom line to me is I love D'Amico to death. I think he's a great head coach, but I think it's time he screams and yells and hollers and quit saying close and say, you're paid high bucks, you're NFL players, get off your rear, find a way to do this job. Or as our Gilmer Buckeye coach Alan Metzel told our players Saturday morning a week ago after they looked at the film of their 66-6 loss to the Kilgore Bulldogs. If you're not willing to pay the price to be a Gilmer Buckeye, turn your equipment in right now. I think we're at that point that D'Amico has got to get mean. I think we are at the point that D'Amico's got to say, did we accomplish anything getting rid of Bobby Slowak? Because in my mind, after 3 games last year, we know the offensive line wasn't really any better last year after the first 3 games, but the offense was getting it done. I honestly feel like this offense that I've seen, like you said, receivers too close together, not enough separation. I think that has affected CJ Stroud's confidence. And you and I both know CJ will take the high road every time. He is not going to diss anybody. But deep down inside, he's got to be going, what in the hell is going on here? Why are we doing what we're doing? But you'll never hear him say that. But I think it's time somebody stepped up and just put the hammer down and said, let's fix this thing right now before the whole season is lost. And I have always been a positive person, AD, but I'm also a realist. And realistically, a lot of the garbage I've seen on offense from the Texans so far is just, there's no other way to put it. It's inexcusable.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they got Christian Kirk back today.
Yep.
They got Kirk, and you know what? They missed Kirk on a fly route today. I mean, he was wide. I
Mhm.
mean, it was at
Yeah.
least 5 yards between him and the DB. But like everything else, it's like darn, and it's what CJ overthrew him. I mean, but
Yep.
and I mean, and I know they're gonna go back and look at the film, a little bit more air under that ball, and you know what, momentum switch and momentum change. But old Mo is not sitting there looking at the Texans with a favorable look on him right now. He could give a darn less by the way the Texans are playing right now. So, I have to. It's perplexing. Uh, Defense is just, I don't know how much more. What else can you ask the defense to do?
Oh,
I, I'm,
you
I,
can't
I,
ask anymore. They
I,
are playing their hearts out, lights out defense.
So Stingley, I don't know. And now here's coming in the next week against the Tennessee Titans. I'm not sure would Stingley be available next week, because right now, and as it stands right now, and I'm just saying this, and I'll be the first to come back and say something different. But from what I'm hearing, and from what the initial report, that's an abdomen issue.
Yeah,
Unless they can just sort of bind him up real good. But we know that position is start, stop, quick moves, and everything else. Playing that corner, and plus, if I'm Tennessee and he's out there, I'm gonna call a couple of sweeps real quick to that side, because I'm gonna test him real quick, and
absolutely.
I'm gonna turn around and test him on a couple of sweeps. Then I'm gonna turn around and test him on some go routes. I'm gonna find out real quick, can he go man? And you know what? This is and all is fair in love and war. I mean, and we know this is not war, folks. This is just, I mean, just don't no, we're not getting ready to start a war in a sense. But when you got a player out there that's not up to par, and this is the third, and you going into your fourth game now. You'll be
Yep.
going into your fourth game, and we knowing that particular injury, as they say, is that he's got whether it's a pull muscle or whatever. I'll be quite candid with you. I don't expect to see him next week. I
I
could
don't
be
either.
wrong, and if I'm wrong, you know what? I'm the first to step up to the plate and said I made a mistake, and move on. But having watched this team long enough, having watched this game, and you and I got enough between us that we could give Methuselah a run for his money when we
Yeah.
when we put our heads together in our years of watching this particular team. But let's face it. I think they're not out of it, but no.
No.
Now they 0-3 in the AFC South. Now, but here's the deal. Here's the kicker. They really, yes, 0-3 against them, but it's really 0-1. I mean, within the division, within the AFC South, but then
Right.
0-3. I mean, next week, if they don't dig themselves out of this hole next week against the Tennessee Titans, with that rookie quarterback coming in here, it could be a long season.
Yeah.
And it could be the point that they go like, and it could be sort of like the Cincinnati Bengals this past year. They started off slow, and all of a sudden they got hot there. But then, you got down to too many games in the loss column, and it's hard as heck to try to make up those losses especially when you're not scoring any points. And,
Yeah.
and right now they are struggling to score points. I mean, you're not talking about the Philadelphia Eagles defense out there that you were
No.
facing today. This was not the Eagles defense.
No.
Jacksonville is a comparable defense, yeah. And in fact, this is the first time that Jacksonville has beaten the Texans. What first game?
2017 was the
Yeah,
last time in Jacksonville.
yeah, 2017. So I mean, the Texans have had they have had the Jags whole card for since 2017, and that's through lean years and good years. Hopefully, this is not a lean year. Hopefully, this get this thing turned around. But until excuse me, until they get this thing turned around, man, I'm seeing some sign and watching the chat, watching the Texans chat room. It's some folks about having some apoplectic fits on that chat room, and they're about ready to not. I'm not saying not ready to start burning jerseys yet, but I think some people are starting to dig some holes and ready to start throwing some wood out there because they're about ready to start burning something. But we'll see. Uh, I know you watching. I know your team up there, the Cowboys, and got off the schneid a little bit. Not giving
Yeah.
play by play, but what are they? I'm not looking at it.
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, the Bears got a flea flicker for a touchdown. They pulled an old high school play out and got a touchdown on the Cowboys defense. Dallas came back, tied it up 14 all, and the Bears are ahead 24-14 at the half. And Dallas had to kick off to start the third quarter. So, Dallas, yeah, their offense is great. It's kind of the flip of Houston. The Dallas offense is doing wonders. But the Dallas defense is struggling. Of course, we've talked about it over and over up here in the northern part of the state, trading off Micah Parsons. It's cost them on defense. They hadn't been able to replace him. And to make it even worse, CD Lamb got an ankle injury early in the first quarter, and he's out for the game. And they're gonna have some troubles. And of course, if they lose today, they go to 1-2, and I'll be at Jerry World next Sunday night. They got a Sunday night game against Jordan Love and the Packers. So it just gets worse for them. Kind of similar to what the Texans are facing. As you know, the Texans have a rough stretch of games coming up here in the near future. And the Cowboys, on over a 4-day period, they have got the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs in 4 days. Kansas City ain't gonna keep losing. They're gonna turn it around. And I think they start tonight against the New York Giants. But the Texans and Cowboys, I think, aren't that dissimilar. But the bigger thing to me with the Texans is I think if they could get a win next Sunday and move to 1-3, I think Stroud gets confidence back. The players get a little bit of confidence back in the offense, and maybe they can turn the corner. I do think, and I know a lot of people say, oh, well, even if they lose next week, there's 13 more games. If they go 0-4 with 2 division losses, I'm sorry, folks, being a realist, you can write the season off. If they win next week, get to 1-3, get a little confidence back, they could get on a roll and they could be just fine. But they are right there on the brink, walking the plank, in my opinion, right now.
Oh no, 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 no. I concur with you wholeheartedly. And of all the teams for you to be coming in here and for you to have a must win that you need to turn it around, why not the old Houston Oilers, the current Tennessee Titans? I mean, you're coming in with a rookie starting quarterback, and you know what? It's time to open up. It's time to open up a can of whoop if you can,
Yep.
if you can. I mean, because I think, like I said, the defense today, thanks to Jalen Petrie and his interception, and then that one play and CJ found Nico Collins, for that 50-yard
Mhm.
bomb. And I know a lot of folks are going to say, well, if Nico hadn't turned around and fumbled the ball, that's part of football. And
It is.
yeah, Nico was continuing trying to make a play. And and the ball and the defense turned around and they made a play.
Yep.
The guy, by him turning and spinning, they reached up there and grabbed the ball and knocked the ball out. Yeah, is ball security important? Yes, it is. But you know what? Effort and and like I said, I'm not Alabama for Nico Collins because, like I said, he gonna cash a nice check tomorrow. But the, but the thing about it, you know what? I'd rather see him turning and struggling, trying to get ahead. He had the first down. He could have went
Oh
down, but you know what? His
yeah.
whole thing was trying to get to. He was trying to make a play. So you know what? I want to see effort, and I'm
Yes.
glad to see more effort like that. I need to see more consistency. I want to see some effort with Nick Chubb, and I know this offensive line. I think if they can get out and start running, I think they need. To me, I think they need to go ahead and if you need to start throwing on first down, then throw the damn ball on first
Yeah.
down.
Agreed.
Okay, I'm going like okay, I'm a run. I mean, because you're starting to get into a pattern. Okay, I'm running first down. I'm running second down. Well, guess what? If you were third and six, third and seven, oh, guess what? Guess what they think you getting ready to do?
Yeah,
Oh,
buddy.
the safest play is a screen pass, and I'll be quite candid with you. I don't think the Texans have ran a screen this so far this season.
I don't remember seeing one.
And in fact, the Texans are not a good screen running team to
No.
be. So you're not going that's that in that repertoire. If I'm scouting the Houston Texans, I'm not worried about a screen pass. I mean, you might see that hitch pass that goes to Nico that they did against the Cowboys up there that got called back
Yeah.
last year. But as far as being a good screening team, I don't really know if that's in their repertoire. I'm pretty sure they can run a screen, but I don't know if that's something that's not in their repertoire. What's out there now? I think those vertical routes that the Texans receivers are running. They need to work. I think they need to just get their spacings taken care of. I would like to start seeing some crossing routes in there to start, taking advantage of the receivers and then starting to run some people off, particularly if they
Yeah.
playing man. I would like to start seeing that.
Oh yeah.
And that was a question I had asked Nick Haley, this, a couple of days ago, you know, because they got off last week against Nico first, play. Then they got a disruption, and they never got back to a rhyme and reason. There was no
No.
flow to their offense. So this is what we're gonna have to see. Elwin, I appreciate it, man.
You
Final
bet, brother.
comments, man, and I'll let you get back. I'll let you get back to your boys there. Final comments from you, and then we'll get ready to shut it down here.
Well, I guess final comments. I have not given up on the Texans this season. I know the talent is there, but I really think that they've got to get more consistent in the red zone. Of course, they hadn't made a lot of trips into the red zone, as you know. They got to
Duh.
find a way to get there. I think Nick Caley has got to open this offensive play calling up more. I really think they've become too predictable. I think in watching the film, everybody has a pretty good eye, just like what you said, idea of what they're going to do. They're going to run first and second down. Okay, we'll load the box up. You're not going to get a lot of running yardage on that. But you make one of those big passes early, then you loosen it up. They can't put 8 or 9 in the box, and then you can open your offense up. And I do believe that if the team can turn the corner and get past we're close and get a win next week, and I'm going to stretch it a little bit more, not just a win, but a convincing win against Tennessee. I think they get the confidence back, and I think they can start the train wheels turning and get this thing turned around and still have a great year.
Well, I tell you what, I know you got to play the game that's on schedule next, but if they can get that one under their belt, then they got to go up to M&T Bank Stadium up there to take on the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah,
And let's face it, eh, the Ravens are not. I mean, the Ravens are the Ravens, but the Ravens are. I'm not sitting up here going like, "Ooh, we got to go
no,
face the Ravens." I mean, I still think the Eagles are the Philadelphia Eagles right now still a class of the NFL, and,
absolutely.
and until somebody knock them off. And let me just get into a quick commentary. Quit griping and groaning about that tush push.
I
Stop
hate
it.
the tush push. I'll gripe about it all day, every
Yeah,
day,
but you know
because
what?
they're getting away with false starts and lining up off
They're not.
sides.
What?
Line up right.
They are lining up right. They just not. Nobody's stopping them.
No,
Stop them.
there's false starts and over the
Edwin,
line of scrimmage.
no, I will give you good. I did think that Lane, the one side of that on that tush push, the offensive tackle came out before the ball. I mean, and they never got caught. I will give you that. But on the other hand, stop the damn play. I'm quick gripe.
Well, I agree. You need to
Stop
be
it.
able to stop it.
You got to
Did
go.
did you see the end of the Eagles game today? By the way,
No, I didn't.
they were ahead by 1 point and or 2 points rather, and they should have gotten beat. I think it was a 38 or 39 yard field goal.
Right.
It was blocked and returned for a pick
Right.
six, 33 to
I know.
26.
I saw the replay of that. I did see the replay, but I saw the replay. You're right. What was it? 90? I think what number 90 for Philly.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
90 yards on that, 95 on the return for one
Yeah.
ball.
Yeah. Yeah. The big guy picked him up. I made me proud of the big guy. I didn't know it.
Yeah,
I didn't know hey, he was winded when he got to the end zone, but that's okay.
yeah.
I'm glad for the big guy. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Go ahead and finish catching up the rest of the Cowboys, man, and we'll catch up with you later on, man.
All right, AD. Appreciate it. Hope you have a great week, brother.
You too. Now we'll be talking.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye. All right, folks. That's right. Next week, Texans come in. The old Houston Oilers, Tennessee Titans come into town. Can the Texans squeak out a victory? You know what? Right now, they need a victory. They need any kind of victory. I would not like to see a field goal in the last second. I'm like Elwin. I need to see a good butt kicking just for their confidence. Because right now they need a good butt kick. But as we get ready to, as always, folks, I appreciate you listening. CA37 and all the rest that commented on, CA. What did you think of Lamb on the run play? Elwin saw it. I didn't see it, so I would, I couldn't tell you. I know he got hurt on the play, but anyway, why? I'll let you Cowboy fans cry in that. I couldn't tell you about it, but anyway. I'm going to shut it down and get ready to go grab me a little small bite and go finish watching the rest of the Cowboy game. Appreciate everybody watching. Thank you for your comments. Look for me next week as I'll be coming. This show will be coming live from NRG Stadium next week. I got to put this one up. See, fake all is coming. All right, CA37, I appreciate it. Anyway, folks, appreciate it. Thank you for all the time and your efforts and your patience. Ciao, we gone. And look for me next week from NRG after the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans next week. Folks, we are done and I'm out.